Sometimes, getting the deal done fast is easy for the buyer and seller to say, and a lot harder for external parties to actually accommodate. So, when I'm talking about kind of external factors and things like that, I'm thinking about a few things, but I'm curious if you think I'm missing anything here. First and foremost, I'm thinking about lenders, right? Again, to underscore your earlier point, Eric, choice of lender is so important, because if you are working with a good, high quality bank and BDO, they've done a lot of that preliminary analysis very early on in the deal to know whether or not they can get this deal through underwriting. And that's one of the benefits, to your point. Not to say that a green BDO is necessarily bad, but that's one of the benefits of a really seasoned BDO. They have done this so many times. They know mostly at a glance of an LOI whether or not this is going to get through underwriting. But unfortunately, sometimes banks pull approvals. This happened to me last year, kind of mid-deal. A bank pulled an approval through no real fault of the buyer, just changing kind of internal underwriting requirements, and we had to pivot and scramble to a new lender. It was really tough. Even things as wild as changes to the SOPs. I had a separate deal last year that had to pivot lenders because, as you recall, when the Trump administration came in, they changed a lot of the SBA rules. And one of those was, unless you were a U.S. citizen or permanent resident green card holder, you cannot be on an SBA loan. And the co-buying spouse on this deal was here legally, had appropriate visas and everything, but did not yet have their green card. And the bank had to back out of the deal. So, external legal factors, right? And the kind of third big one that I think some people don't appreciate and is really, really important from an educational perspective, personal financial surprises of the buyer. It is really, really important, if you are out there looking to buy a business, that you understand what is and is not permitted and be self-aware before you get too far into the process. I have absolutely had deals fall apart that have gotten weeks to months into the process only to find out that there is a criminal conviction or a prior bankruptcy or, something in the history of the buyer that is just not permitted. The bank cannot underwrite it under the SBA regulations.